Sif, did something happen? What? This is new. What do you mean? Did you drink a special tonic or something? You seem, well, so graceful, right? I knew I wasn't imagining it. You're walking in a cool way. Like a dancer or something. You usually feel like a tiny fennec fox, but you feel more like a panther right now. And the way you defeated the last few sadnesses we've seen. That was impressive. Whoa. It's time to get serious, you know? It's time to get serious? I will show the king my true power. I will show them all. And then, no one will ever make fun of me again for being barely taller than a preteen. I'm the same height as you, Mira. Oh. Mirabelle looks at your heeled shoes, then at her flat boots. Is that so? Ha! Youch. Yeah, Belle. Hit him where it hurts. Youch. Are you really moving differently, though? Faster, more silently? Come to think of it, your allies do feel slower to you now. Clumsier. Is this because of the friendship stuff, or is this because we've leveled up so much that everyone's super behind? How long have you been in there compared to them? What loop are we on? Is there a way to see that? We're level 65 as compared to everyone else's 45. So yeah, we're 20 levels ahead of everybody else. Hello, my name is Mars, and welcome back to In Stars and Time. There is a dehumidifier in the room, humming very loudly. I don't know if you can hear that, but I certainly can. So sorry if that gets in the way at all. We need to go to the library and ask about Timecraft. But first we talk to Mira. Yep, let everyone know. Talk to you later. Okay, carrot method. Yep, carrot method. You watch her go. First thing, library. Hello. I know your selection is lacking, but I do know you have a book about craft that does mention Timecraft. We found it before. It said something about Timecraft being supposedly impossible and totally theoretical, and someone had written a note in it saying, haha, nice joke. Yeah. Are you looking for a book in particular? Anything about Timecraft? Timecraft? Like, specifically? I'm not sure. You should look through books about craft. We have one here, but it might not talk about Timecraft much. I wonder, where could you find craftonomy books? Craftonomy? We've heard that word before. The librarian notices your confusion. Oh, the study of craft in general is called craftonomy. I don't think the libraries here or in the house carry any. Maybe you should look elsewhere? I don't have elsewhere. Also, why am I thinking about candles right now? Right, it was in the candle making room. Must be nothing. Someplace other than the libraries. Maybe someone's dorm room in the house. Gosh, I don't remember what floor the candle making book was on. Alright, I'll have to look for it. Yeah, get the book out again. Oh. The bookcase is filled with books about craft. What is craft? Crafting for dummies, creative craft. Scissors type in me. Yes. Protection craft, creative craft, and piercing craft, or commonly known as rock, paper, yeah. It is the art of molding the world around us as we see fit, like crafting clay into moving figurines or using paint to create art that blah blah blah. Yeah. Body craft, time craft. You shouldn't be able to craft time. Timecraft, yeah. We already read that exactly. So, since we're here, Do we want to bother doing all the friendship stuff again? Some of those skills were pretty nice, especially Odil's and Isabeau's. They were pretty good. I feel like Siffrin wouldn't necessarily be up for it, but we can zone out to make the powers less strong, but... Oh, we need to tell her about her fan. Yeah. Experience. You laugh silently. Sure. This might take some time, so I have time now. Let's do all these, but just zone out. Yes. Oh, it's just zoning through the entire conversation automatically. I see. Does Mirabelle have Holy Care Shield? How is that weaker than it was before? And oh, it still says family members, so even though the power of friendship didn't work, Siffrin still does feel closer to their companions. That's good. Alright, we can do these. They're quick. Can I help you with anything? Not a specific book. It's... You wait a bit for her to calm down. Yes. The whole fetch quest. I have time now, and we're gonna zone out for it. Yes. I'm glad we at least get to see snippets of it as we fast forward. Odile has Craft Brick Alpha. Oh, maybe the cooldown is longer. Yeah, that would make sense. Maybe the cooldown is longer now that we zoned out through the conversation. That would make sense. There are some other things we need to do, right? We need to talk to this guy about his books. The last one you've seen is 32? No, that's when Lady Irene Janine Karine finally joined the party, though. She's such a good character. Oh, so we need to look at the last book. We need to... So we've definitely seen books after 32. We've seen, like, 63, I thought, was one of them. 68. Yeah. We've seen 68, and that's definitely after 32, so I don't know why Siffrin was like, maybe 32 is the last one. We just need to remember the last one we looked at. Well, damn, I don't remember where 68 was. Also, is Mirabelle gone for good? Because I kind of want to ask her about her fan. Damn it, I kind of messed up, didn't I? I want her and the pretty lady to be friends so bad. I don't know where Mirabelle goes after that scene. I guess she just goes and waits at the clock tower. Okay. So Dormont was not as fruitful a visit, as we thought it would be. Don't want me to help you with anything. You don't know me. Your favorite foods? I do. You love rice. And pineapples. And samosas. I'm so glad we got those two right in the... Or that one right in the first try at least, because now the right answer is grayed out. Samosas without cheese with potatoes. If there's one thing you remember... Yeah, Siffrin does have memory issues, so they still don't remember what a stuffed animal is, even though we've looked at the stuffed animal 5 million times. I have time now. Oh wow, we're seeing this whole thing. Or quite a bit of it anyway. And just to check, Bonnie has billion blows technique. Hurts more than a little bit. So it doesn't hurt a lot. It hurts more than a little bit. Which is still good, you know? Alright, we should probably... I need protection. Some of the battles last time got a little spooky. It's what you want. So I need my defense up. Barely hurts. You and your family members' defense got boosted. Sweet. You nod at the statue and turn back. Okay. And Isabeau. Issa. Yep. Always tell him the joke. You're waiting for him to touch you. You're beginning to think he never will. I think that... No, I won't say it. I was gonna say, I feel like Siffrin, if they're not reciprocating Isabeau's feelings exactly, they at least like being crushed on, you know? Last time, they were, like, really anticipating Isabeau trying to tell them he loves them, and was kind of disappointed when he didn't try. You look at his hand coming closer, closer. As expected, his hand stops above your shoulder. That dialogue is still different every single time. Yeah, I forgot to ask him if he needed help. Yeah. Are you ready now? We'll have to go to the clock tower immediately. Okay. So helping Isabeau is kind of a problem because we can't loop afterwards. We can't loop from Dormont. We still have to do a little bit at the tower, which is a little bit of a waste of time, but whatever. Yeah. Yeah. Even though this scene is really cute. They're all really cute, of course. But Iz is my favorite. I liked his the best. The house's gate. Alright. We can zone out for this. I'm glad we're all still family. Your fighter learned how to use We Will Win again. Okay, we know. Why didn't I get that pop up for the others? That looks the same to me. Maybe it just doesn't boost them by as much. Up ahead, that's that stupid sadness again. Attack? You strike. So annoying. You have enough of all these stupid sadnesses standing in your blinding way. Always here, getting in your way, always slowing you down. Why won't they all die? Not dead yet? You strike again. Not dead, not dead, not dead, not dead. There we go. Oh, Jesus. Oh, man. Sif, buddy, I just wanted to see if that was... if anything different would happen. But if we actually attacked. But, yeah, it did. Everyone's scared of me now. Okay. Okay, wow. Oh my, should we go over strategy again? Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm glad you got some of that out of your system, Sif. I'm glad. Yay, you gained a lot of XP. We're now level 70. Don't kill it in one strike or they'll notice. Your attack lowered. Boy. Permanently? Jeez. We did it! Yay! Siffrin? You jump and laugh awkwardly. Take the lead, take the lead, take the lead. They're all counting on you. Don't scare them by acting weird. You got a memory of sadnesses. You'll always remember this. When equipped, sadnesses will flee from you. Ooh. Huh. I like the auto attack up. Memory of family is good. I don't want the sadnesses to flee, not just yet. I'm still like having fun fighting them. Not right now though. Yeah. Alright, let's get keys and whatnot. No time. Alright, I just want to get to the candle making room. Which I think... it might be the first floor. I think the candle making room is on the first floor. Yeah. Bell pendant? I still don't know what we're supposed to do with the bell pendant. Because it doesn't go on the chain. It sure doesn't go on the chain. Alright. Key time. Yeah. You start walking away. So cool. We're so cool and normal. I think if the candle making room was here, it would have been on this side. No. But we do need the sharpening stone. You can't remember the name. Yeah, they do forget again every few loops, don't they? Oh boy. Oh, I killed that in one hit. Aren't they gonna think that's weird? Key on this side. You purposefully trip on a small rock. Whoa, you okay, Sif? You gave a thumbs up. You're clumsy and not at all threatening and overpowered compared to them. I predicted that this was gonna happen. The whole them being weirded out by how strong I am thing. Okay. Do I want to loop forward about... I think I want to loop forward at least to when all the doors are unlocked. Can I loop past the king? No, I can't. You wake up, you jump to eating a rotten apple. Yuck. Okay. Nice. Alright. Ah! Maybe I do want to make the sadnesses flee. When I'm not worried about grinding. The paper. Ooh. Give your turn to Odile. I still do that. I still say her name wrong. Is the candle making room up here? There's my ghost. Woo! Nice crit. Yes. Here we go. Craftonomy book. Person craft, creator craft. Where's protecting craft chapter? It's a craftonomy book, not a craftology book. This one is about the study of craft, not your fortune. A book about the study of craft. Could I have any information about timecraft, maybe? Does that craftonomy book have anything on timecraft? Timecraft? What for? Is it related? It's related to our situation, isn't it? With the king? We don't have time. What's timecraft? I don't know what that is. Should we have a crash course on timecraft then? Ugh, fine. Odile flips through the book. It does have a section on timecraft. Alright. So, new music. Timecraft is, as the name implies, the power to wield and craft time itself. It's a type of craft that has been hypothesized to exist for decades, but its existence has never been proven. Until now, right? Stopping time? That's what the king does, right? So the king is using timecraft? The king most likely is, yes. Which could make it the first time in history someone managed to harvest that power. Outside of stories told in family tales, that is. I've heard scholars outside of Vogard are really excited right now. Timecraft confirmed to be real. So they're happy because he froze people in time? Well, it's more complicated than that. Morals aside, it does change everything we knew about timecraft. Think about how timecraft could be used. The king is only stopping people's time, but it could be used for many other things. It could be used to hasten or slow people's time too. Maybe make people's bodies younger or older. Maybe make buds grow into trees in an instant. Worst case scenario, it could be used to change history itself. Crafting time to go back in time and change history. That's what we're doing, isn't it? Whoa. The possibilities are endless. And terrifying. Definitely not the kind of power you want in someone's hands. And definitely not someone like the king. And correct me if I'm wrong, but crafting time wouldn't be like crafting clay to a specific shape, or crafting a sword. Those are easy enough to do and won't tire you out, but crafting time? Something as basic and essential as time? Wouldn't it ask for immense amounts of power? Exactly. Crafting clay barely asks for any power from the user. But crafting time. It was theorized that crafting time, even to pause time for a single second, would probably kill the user immediately. Huh? Kill them dead? Kill them dead. And yet, the king is still alive. So it raises the question, what gave him enough power to use timecraft without dying? And how did he learn how to use it? Good questions, Isabeau. You have pretty smart insights sometimes. I sure do. Timecraft is what the king uses, and it's dangerous. Got it. I suppose talking about this was useful. I'm surprised you're curious about this, though. Siffrin. You shrug. Timecraft. A type of craft that allows the user to control time. Isn't that what you and the king have been using? But neither of you should be able to use it. Using it would ask for immense amounts of power. So then, what gave you this power? Maybe you should ask the king about this. But what if it isn't enough? What if he doesn't want to tell you anything about Timecraft? You've talked to the king and the head housemaiden. Are those really the only two people that would know anything about the loops you're stuck in? Who else could you talk to about the loops? To theorize? Loop? Oh, wait. There is one person. Yeah. Is it Loop? Do you mean Loop? Hold on, let's call Loop. No, you need to talk to them in person. Oh, come on. I was just in Dormont. Hold on, I need to find a tier. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Back to Dormont, where we just were. You feel like you forgot something. What were you doing during your last loop? Must not have been important. What? What do you mean must not have been important? Yeah, carrot method. What do you mean it must not have been important? Did I loop back to Dormont for no reason? Hold on. Let's go verify this with Loop. Oh, I meant to say that I needed to talk to the favorite tree. No, you will always make the joke. You have to keep some sort of routine to stay sane, and if always making the joke is how, so be it. Okay. I kind of wanted to skip it. You wait for him to touch you. You wait for him to touch you. You wait for him to touch you. He has to do it. You will never do it yourself. But he won't touch you because he thinks you don't want him to. And you can't say it because that's embarrassing. That's life-ending, even. Asking for someone's touch. But please, you think. Please, please, please. A flicker of movement makes you look at his face. He looks stricken. Sad. Seeing you look at him, he laughs and brings his hand down. You wonder what face you were making as you were waiting for him to touch you. I'm gonna go soon so you can do your thing with the tree, but do you want to talk before I go? Oh my god. Ugh. Why is there so much emotion in that one tiny little interaction? So? Yes, okay. He did remember. I thought we went back here for nothing. Okay. Why did it say that when I looped? Got any theories about the loops I'm trapped in? Why would I? Your name is literally Loop. Oh, stars above, it is! Teehee? Ugh! But just because I call myself Loop doesn't mean I know anything. I'm just bad at names. But I'll see what I can do. What's your question? Do you know anything that could help? Such a broad question, Stardust. As I've told you before, I know as much as you do right now. How can that be? What do you mean? Aren't you here to help me? Why don't you know more about the loops you're supposed to help me with? T, don't you tee-hee me. Aww. I still don't have a good answer for you, Stardust. Isn't it already nice that you have me to talk about these loops? You could be alone, stuck with only your tiny brain for company, with no one to talk to. Okay. Well, why don't we summarize what we know about these loops? We might find something out. You sigh and nod. Nothing better to do, you suppose. So, you're currently stuck in a time loop for some unknown reason. The loop starts when you wake up in Dormont and seems to end when you talk to the head housemaiden. Unless I die first or touch a tear. Yes, maybe the loop considers getting frozen in time by those tears a sort of death. But why aren't you looping back when you get frozen in battle? Huh? Isn't it because I thought the tears worked differently than an actual time freeze skill? Is that so? Well, it's because when I touch a tear, I want to, you know? Although I didn't want to the first time I touched a tear because Bonnie pushed me into it. That is an interesting question, and I think it's crossed my mind before. Why doesn't Sif getting frozen in battle work the same as them touching a tear? But I don't think I brought it up. But that is really interesting. Is that so? Well, you're the one getting frozen, so you know. So, your loop is something keeps you from advancing in some way. I wonder if other things would count as keeping you from advancing. Like what? Like, what if we cut off your legs? Would you immediately loop back? You can't advance if you have no legs, right? Oh, I need some tea. This episode is mostly talking. I'd rather not test that one. Aww, but understandable. But it is interesting, though. What makes the loop actually loop? You feel like you can remember a few times when time looped back on its own, even if it was just a few minutes. Time when Bonnie said they hated us, and just now, when we freaked out on the sadness in front of everyone, and everyone was looking at us weird. I think it has something to do with our will to live, you know? Like, those are moments when, you know, a person would say, God, I wish the ground would swallow me whole right now, you know? So, Siffrin really wanted to turn back time in those moments, so it did. Just like when they touch a tear, rather than an enemy freezing them, they usually touch a tear when they want to go back for some reason. You know, it has something to do with their own will, right? Maybe. Does the loop consider talking to the head housemaiden something that keeps you from advancing somehow? Oh, maybe, but what would advancing even mean then? Towards what goal? Life? Is there something that happens when you talk to the head housemaiden that makes a certain goal impossible to accomplish? As you found out, all of this might be the work of Timecraft, a power that should be impossible to use. But you and the king are somehow able to manipulate it. But am I manipulating Timecraft if I can't control it? But you can, can't you? You can more or less control where you come back. Except when you talk to the head housemaiden, it seems, which brings you back to the start. But just being able to loop back in time and avoid death might count as you being able to use Timecraft. But if Timecraft is supposed to be too dangerous to even use, how did I get that power? And how can you break the loop for good? Yes, those are the big questions, aren't they? I do wonder about the limitations of your powers still. What makes you actually loop? Somehow, I feel like finding out more about that would be useful. Stardust, we've been talking for a while, so maybe not right now, but when you have some time, will you hang out with me for a bit? Huh? Hang out? I have a theory I'd like to test. And we haven't spent any time together, Stardust. I'm lonely. I want to have a long conversation with someone, anyone. I want to hang out. Ugh. Again, it doesn't have to be right now. Our little hangout time might last a while. Maybe even longer than the rest of the day. I'm sure you have plans for this loop, so I can't wait. I can wait until you have time, okay? A theory Loop would like to test about the loops. It might be useful. You should talk to Loop and hang out with them when you have time then. Yay! I'll be waiting, Stardust. In the meantime, how can I help you? Let's see. How long will long be? I wonder. I'm really curious. I'm really curious about this. But I don't know if I have time to record this, so I think I'll do that next episode. I'm gonna go save, and next time I will test out Loop's theory, because I didn't have plans for this loop. They're wrong about that. I'm glad that Sif found a statue that spoke to them, you know? Protection, protection, protection. It's what you want. Barely hurts. Alright. So, I think next time, we're not even going to start a new loop. We're going to go back to Loop and hang out with them. Which should be interesting. They're quite the character, and they're privy to everything we know, so this should be very, very interesting. But right now I have to go to work. I don't have time for that. So, until then, I have been Mars, and I will be back with more in Stars and Time.